Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda from Cross-Eyed Cricket Creations. Today I'd like to share with you my completed design team project for Country Craft Creations. And on this project I made a mini album. This is a good size mini album. It has a 4.5-inch spine, so it's very, very thick. And you know, it's pretty weighty too. I packed this with a whole lot of interactives I think you're really going to enjoy. The album itself is 8.25 by 8.25 overall. Again, there's tons of space in here for photos, journaling, mementos. This is a good size album. I did use, as I said, the Authentique Studious collection. I thought that was really easy to work with. It's very cool, very vintage. I think you're really going to like that. Let's get started. What I did was, I tried to make this look old-fashioned, of course. The belt was one of my husband's old belts, and I took it and I cut it and sanded on it to kind of make it look old. If you remember, if you've seen any like old vintage movies, the kids that are going to and from school always have like a belt around their books that they carry that way. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and incorporate that. That would work out perfectly. So that's what I did. So he's missing a belt from his closet. That's okay. I was lucky enough to find this weekend, as a matter of fact, we went antiquing, and I was really lucky. I found this old slate, this child's slate, and I just thought, oh my gosh, this is going to work out perfect. I went ahead and I used some chalk paint to write cat and dog, and I matted those and put them on the slate. And also I love when I can find the old wooden blocks. They're getting harder and harder to find, especially the really old ones. So luckily I still have several that I had found at an antique shop, and I have my husband slice those for me. So they fit nicely in the books. They're not so overwhelming and thick, you know, that they're going to give you an issue. So I incorporated one of those on here. I put a 2 to kind of mimic the 2 words on the slate. And then at the bottom I put the ABCs going across the bottom. This is from the paper collection, the Authentique Studious collection. And let's go ahead and open this baby. Get going on this. Like I said, this is a good size album. Lots and lots of interactives in here. I think you're really going to like. I did do a few different things also. On the inside cover, it's also very interactive, and what I did was you flip this up. This is magnetic, and it holds this flap up. I've adorned this all, and I used some of the seam binding, the colored seam binding, which coordinates perfectly. All of these materials, the seam binding, the collection, is available at Country Craft Creations, and the shipping couldn't be any faster than what Tamara does. It's amazing to me how quick she gets things out. The great thing is the colored seam binding, now you don't have to worry about trying to dye it and match it yourself. She has so many coordinating ones, it's just perfect. I did use the sticker sheet and the cardstock punch outs in this album. There's a lot to choose from in that collection. This folds down. Let's see if I can. And I have a pocket on the inside. This is the inside front cover. And there's a nice big giant photo mat here. You could put a really nice size photo here, or you could do some journaling on here. But lots of space. And again, this is magnetic, so this is going to hold this closed. You could also put some mementos, some papers, maybe some from the kids' schoolwork. That would be a good place to put them, and this magnet's going to hold them all in place. On page 1, this page is huge. It's absolutely huge. There's so much to this page. Okay, on the front, I have a little booklet here. This is Class Portraits Picture Day, 5 cents. Smile pretty. Really cool graphics in this collection. And this opens up It's a tri-fold. This is a magnetic closure, so it keeps everything nice and closed and in place. Look at the graphics on these. Aren't these just adorable? Very, very vintage, very cool. And at the bottom of each one of these, I left a place that could be journaling. This could be a journaling spot. If you wanted to add photos in here, this would be the perfect place to add the journaling. This fits right back in this pocket. Okay, this is just page 1. So you open this flap, and inside here there's a stop at the bottom that says Studious, and it tells you the definition is spending a lot of time studying or reading. And also it breaks it down into how to pronounce studious, and it tells you it is an adjective. I've got 2 matted tags or photo mats, whichever you'd like to use these for. And these were cut aparts from the collection. There's tons of cut aparts in this collection. The background paper has numbers and letters, which you're going to see that's pretty prevalent throughout. Again, this is studious. This is for school, so you're going to have an awful lot of that. I left the facing page, I left these blank so that you could put photos here. Because I have so many interactives on the opposite page, I thought this would be a perfect place for the photos. We're still on page 1. We open that flap, and here's another corner pocket, and I've used, these are very, very old blocks that I had my husband slice for me. These are super, super old. I was so excited to find these. I've not seen any more like this. They're awesome. And inside, again, here is one of the larger photo mats, and I've left a place at the bottom. This could be for journaling, and this is just a cute little booklet. Again, aren't these graphics wonderful? I love these. And this is a little booklet that says I love learning. Another great place for school photos or family photos. This is just really packed full. This slides right back into the pocket, and this of course slides in also. Turn that page. Again, we're still on page 1. I told you this was really super packed. And this has a belly band going across. Okay, I'll show you this first. This is a very nice size matted tag. Our photo mat has the cute little pole with the handprint. And then on this piece, this is hooked or slid over the top of the belly band, and this is magnetic to keep it in place. Slide that out, and this is actually a tri-fold. Perfect, perfect place to put more photos. This is papered on both sides, and again, this has a magnet, so it keeps it nice and secure and in place. And then this slides right in behind it. I have a bottom decorative piece. It could be used as a stop. That way, if you're pushing your card all the way down, it's going to keep it from falling out the bottom. This is an old-fashioned typewriter on this stop, and I went ahead and punched the scallop to match the scallop around the edge of that sticker. Actually, this is a cardstock piece, I do believe, but the stickers in this collection are also very nice, very weighty. I've adorned this again with some more of the punch outs or cut aparts. And every page, of course, has the huge giant mat. That's prevalent in every page of this book. So there's tons and tons of space. All right, we're going to turn the page on page 1. And on the back side of page 1, we have tons more. Okay, there's a pocket on the very first flap, and inside I have made another booklet. So you open this booklet, and inside there's a bottom stop, and there's a matted tag here. And just, again, so much space in this particular mini album. I just wanted to use as much as I could of it. I love this collection. I thought this was so sweet, so retro. Turn this flap, and this is the next page. And you have a little corner pocket on the bottom and another matted tag. This slides nicely right back in. Turn that page, and again on the bottom you have a bottom stop, another very cool vintage matted tag, fits nicely. And open this to the very back page, and you've got a double belly band that's embellished, and you have read, learn, grow, a punch out over here, and this is a corner, not a corner, a side stop if you will. And again, here is another little booklet. Knowledge begins in wonder. Another place to add those photos. So lots and lots and lots of space in this album. The side stop keeps it from going all the way through, of course, and holds it nice and secure in place. So each page on page 1, the front and the back, has 3 flaps. These are hidden waterfall flaps, and on the other side, these are the actual, the ones that you would expect to see, your usual waterfall flaps. Okay, we'll scoot back over a little bit. This is page 2. I like this page also. I really like how all of these turned out. Whenever I start a project, I don't really have a set number, or not a number, but a set idea of each individual page that I'm going to do. I know they're going to be individual, but I kind of create them as I go along. I think the paper dictates it for me. I might go in with one idea, and by the time I actually get to cutting and working with the collection, I change my mind as I go along. I do that all the time. Okay, this is different. This is magnetic. This is what holds this page closed. This is magnetic. You remove this. This is an awesome little, these are several of the matted cut aparts, and this could be used for photos, of course. You open these flaps, and inside you have a cute bottom side pocket, and again, some more of the matted tags. There's tons of these tags in this collection. Absolutely tons of them. This all folds back up, and this sits right back on top and keeps everything nice and closed. You could add tons more photos in that pocket. It's going to hold a lot. Again, as I said, these all have the top load huge giant matted tags, and they all have the scallop pulls. Turning the page, on this one, this is very interactive as well. You open this magnetic holder here, which is adorned with some tiny, small little cut aparts. And here is a small waterfall. I love waterfalls. I just think they're great. Like I said, there's just so much space in these waterfalls in such a small area. I think that's why I like them. And also, behind that pocket that holds the waterfall, there is a booklet. Within a booklet. You open this booklet, it says "Too Cool for School." This fits right down inside here, and this says "Study Notes." You open this, and inside, there's yet another matted tag. This says "Caution, Big Kid Ahead, Growing Up Too Fast." Lots and lots of space in this one, ladies. Lots. I really, really loved creating this. It was so much fun. And it was so easy to do. When you have a really cool collection to work with, it just makes everything go so quick and easy. Don't you agree? Okay, next page. Love it again. I used some of the sliced antique blocks. These are wooden blocks, and again, these are the older ones. I just prefer to use the old ones, especially if you're going to do a vintage booklet, mini album. I think, you know, the old ones just speak volumes, and it stays within the time period, so it works out well. These are little handprints on this particular pattern page. Again, you've got your large top load matted tag inside this page. The bottom, again, I've got some of the seam binding, the colored seam binding. I used red this time on this page. And I pop dotted and matted one of the cut aparts down here. He's showing his dog how to do a basic arithmetic. Okay, flip this up. This is magnetic, and there's a space on here for photos. Lift this, and this hides a pocket on the bottom. And of course, inside that pocket, a nice big photo booklet. Tons of space in this one. Tons and tons of space. Turning the page. On this side of this page, this is a double pocket. And inside the double pocket, there's 3 very nice size matted tags. Perfect for photos. These slide right back in. And this one slides in the top pocket. So it's a double side pocket. This is adorned with some of the black seam binding. Again, this all came from Country Craft Creations. Love, love, love the colored seam binding. The next page, we have again another waterfall. I wanted to put several waterfalls in this particular album because I wanted to use as many of these vintage graphics as I possibly could. So what a better way to use them than waterfalls. On the bottom, I have pop dotted some of the ABCs. I thought that was a cute touch. This is magnetic, so of course it's going to keep it closed. But lots and lots of spaces for photos in here. Or you could journal. It would be a perfect place to do a lot of journaling. Again, you have a very nice top load, very, very large matted tag. On this page, you've got a cute little handprint that I went ahead and I punched a small scallop circle to mat that. You open this magnetic flap. There's a lot of magnets in this album. And this holds closed the bottom piece, which is a very wide belly band. I've embellished this with some of the cut aparts. And inside, this is a cute little tag. And I went ahead and I punched the top so it looks kind of like the, the older notebooks, if you will. And this says little bookworm. This slides nicely right back down on the inside. I've got the bottom stop to hold it in place. And again, a very nice wide belly band with a magnetic closure. So you could put more in there behind that belly band. This page I really like as well. I like every page, actually. I don't know if I even have a favorite in this one. A lot of times I pick out a particular favorite, but in this album, I really like them all. And this opens at the bottom. I made an envelope, pretty much. A cardstock envelope that's been patterned. First of all, across the top, I thought this was very cool. This says, "Let fools the studious despise. There's nothing lost by being wise." This is by Jean de La Fontaine. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Again, we've got the huge giant matted tag with the scallop pull. We lift the envelope, which has been adorned with the black seam binding and the cute little handprint. And inside, you have a very sweet matted tag. This fits right back down inside. This folds over the top. I've got cut aparts that are matted for embellishments. The magnetic closure keeps everything in place. Lots of space in this pocket below. You could put tons and tons of pictures in here. Turning the page, I really like this one too. This was chipboard letters, and I went ahead and I got out my my markers, and I colored these all black, and then I used glossy accents to really shine this up. So that's where this came from. These were just plain chipboard letters. I went ahead and matted some of the punch outs. excellent, excellent stickers and punch outs in this collection. Love them. They're just so adorable. On this page, again, lots of interactives and magnetic closures. These open up. We have the numbers 7, 8, and 9. These open. I've got some matted punch outs here, cut aparts I mean, to adorn the pages. And another one of my super old wooden blocks with the number 1 on it. And this is the bottom corner pocket. I've got 3 tags and a booklet. Lots of space. But don't you just love whenever you create stuff like this? You're like, oh my gosh, what else can I put in here? I have Studious up at the top. That was one of the little cute little cardstock stickers. And Determined on this flap. You can hear the magnets as they close. Turning the page, this is on the last back page. And I always, always, always include a good size waterfall on my last page. And this one, I really, really like the star pattern. It's like somebody drew these stars, and I really like this pattern paper. So what I did was I freehanded and copied one of the stars and matted that several times to give it some thickness, and I wanted to have some girth to that so that it would stand up to being open and closed. This is magnetic, so you open this. And here is the waterfall. Love, love, love this. I use the pattern papers in this waterfall that I've used throughout this album. These are 4x6, so you can get tons of photos in here. Perfect place. A lot of journaling, whichever you prefer. The inside back cover, again, mimics the inside front cover. However, on the inside front cover, we had the bottom flap. I went ahead and it's the same idea, but I put the flap across the top. Yellow seam binding set this off, I think. This has a magnetic closure. Open this, and you open that. And again, we have another bottom side pocket with a very, very nice size matted tag. So this works out perfect. And like I said, it mimics the inside front cover. I really enjoyed making this album. I just loved doing this one. I thought it was easy to create. I think that this collection was super, super easy to work with. Let me show you the side spine. Well, if I can get it all in here. Let's see if I raise this just a little bit. Well, not too much. Anyway, I embellished the side of it. It's a huge book. And of course, I always put my Handmade for You by Brenda at the bottom of my albums on the back side. I hope you enjoyed this one. Come back and see me again. I'll have more of my work posted soon. Check out Country Craft Creations if you're looking for any of these materials, and especially this Authentique Studious collection. I think you'll really enjoy working with it. And come and see me over at my blog. That's Cross-Eyed Cricket Creations. I will put links at the bottom for Country Craft Creations as well as the Cross-Eyed Cricket Creations. Thanks again, and stop in again. Thanks for watching.